audience, it's me, Ice today. This evening, the vampires are going out for a quick bite. The werewolves are going to be having a howling time. And the witches will be cursing more people than sailors do. However, I'll be going to my room and watching some good old horror anime. So I thought maybe I'd give you guys my top 5 picks from this genre. But first, some rules for this list. 1. I've had to have seen the anime from episode 1 to the end of its season. I will only be stating whether it's season 1 or season 2. The spoilers in this will be very minimum. I won't go past episode 3 for the most part. So, let's get on with the list, people. Number 5 on this list is Madoka Magica. For those of you who haven't seen this list, don't be fooled by its cutesy appearance. It is honestly quite dark, quite terrifying, and quite depressing. The story will start off with Madoka having a dream about some girl fighting off a mysterious figure in the distance that seems to be a monster. And then this cat creature tells Madoka that she is the only one that can stop this. Later at school, Madoka learns that they now got a new transfer student who is coming in. This transfer student is someone Madoka has only seen in her dream before, Homura Akemi. Madoka, recognizing this girl from the dream, is instantly kind of interested into who Homura is. Homura comes off as mysterious, cold, and honestly quite creepy, knowing a lot about her school already, even though she's just a transfer student. Later at the mall, Madoka hears a voice in her head calling for help. This voice is a cat creature named Kyubey. Kyubey is also from Madoka's dream, just like Homura. When Madoka tries to rescue Kyubey, Homura appears with a gun pointed at Kyubey, telling Madoka to back off and to basically drop the cat so that she can kill it. Why is Homura after this little cute cat creature? You'll have to find out when you watch this anime. I love this anime for one reason. It has a lot of plot twists that I not only didn't see coming, but weren't that predictable. Number 4 on this list is Deadman Wonderland. Now then, just for a little bit of background, our main character, Ganta, he's having a normal day at school so far, having a nice peaceful start off, when all of a sudden a man in red starts appearing out of the class window. There's only one problem though. This window is on the 3rd story floor. The man in red suddenly holds his hand up, some weird stuff happens, and basically the whole entire room explodes. Ganta is the only survivor, and when Ganta comes to, everyone in the classroom is dead. Blood is everywhere, and then suddenly the man in red is right next to him. The man in red plants something inside of Ganta, and he gets blamed for the murders of everyone in that classroom. He's then sent off to the Deadman Wonderland camp. Don't be fooled either. This little amusement park may seem all fun and joyful, but it is nothing but death. For those of you who don't have the stomach for this anime, it gets quite gory. Number 3 on this list is Tokyo Ghoul, Season 1 to be exact. Our main character, Kaneki, is going on a date with this girl named Riza. Riza? I don't know how to say that name. But anyway, while he's going on this date with her, it's going well so far. But however, at the end of the day, it turns out this girl is a ghoul. Ghouls in this world eat human flesh in order to live. However, Kaneki doesn't die at first. He actually tries to escape. And while trying to escape from Riza, both her and Riza end up in an accident with steel beams collapsing on the both of them. Riza dies. Kaneki survives only because the doctors transplant some stuff from Riza into Kaneki. After that incident, he turns into a half-ghoul and can no longer eat human food. He needs to eat human flesh in order to live. This anime, just like Deadman Wonderland, is more gory. However, for those of you who also don't have the stomach to just see someone eat someone else, you might want to not eat so much before watching this anime. Number 2 on this list is Elfen Lied. Elfen Lied is a nice horror anime. It's not as gory as Tokyo Ghoul or Deadman Wonderland levels, but however, it is still quite terrifying in the way that the victims get killed, dash torn apart, dash whatever. In this anime, there are these people called Dicloniuses. These people are only born female, have pink hair, and on top of that, have invisible appendages. They can basically cut anything, or tear apart anything to be more exact. Lucy, our main character, escapes from some sort of holding prison island. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, once she escapes from that, she winds up on the beach. Eventually found by our 2 other main characters, Kota and Yuta. Somehow, in some way, Lucy is turned from Lucy into Niu, a separate personality from Lucy, who's more of a kid, carefree character. However, once she snaps and changes to Lucy, don't get in her way. She'll make sure that you don't live, unless you're Kota, for some reason. Now then, first up for our honorable mentions is going to be Witchblade. Now then, I'm not going to do what I did for the regular list. Just note this. Witchblade falls into the horror ecchi genre, and its horror doesn't necessarily come from the blood or the killing. It comes from the suspense and how the killing machines are made and what these killing machines are actually looking for. If you're going to watch this anime, I'll tell you one thing. One, make sure you watch it in a room alone or people who know why you're watching this anime. And 2, just be prepared for a lot of certain scenes. The next honorable mention is Death Note. Now then, those of you out there, don't get me wrong, Death Note is a good anime. I just don't personally like it, especially in the horror context, because most of the time I see the deaths coming, and honestly it doesn't have enough blood for me to even put it on this list. It doesn't really terrify me in any way, but I can see how it can be horror. And for those of you who haven't seen it, which really, how many of you haven't seen Death Note? Be prepared for a few things. A lot of people dying, a crazy writing scene, and a lot of potato chips being eaten. Final honorable mention is Hellsing Ultimate. This anime has a lot of blood, it has a lot of gore, but again, its horror doesn't necessarily come from, again, the deaths or the spook factor of it. It mostly comes from the main character, Alucard. And if you can spell that backwards, you already got 10 points to who his real identity is. I love this anime, but I'm not going to put it on the list, mainly because I feel as if at some points it does fall into the action category, but who knows, I might make this on a maybe part 2 list next year, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, Hellsing is definitely a good horror anime if you want to watch it. It's like 12 episodes, but goddamn, you're going to be watching an hour episodes, just so you know. This isn't like 30 minutes. Number 1 on the list in general is Another. Another is my favorite anime. Our main character in this anime is Koichi. He starts transferring to a school in a small town where his grandma and grandpa live, and along with that, his cousin. Once he transfers to the school, he realizes there's something strange about it. For some reason, everyone's acting as if this weird girl he keeps saying, called May, as we later learn, doesn't exist. He soon starts to assume something's just strange, because he keeps asking, who's that girl, who's that girl? And everyone basically ignores him. This anime is on the top for a lot of reasons. One, a horror anime to me has to be really, really good if I don't see a lot of the deaths coming. If I see like 1, 2 deaths coming from a mile away, then I'm like, oh, okay. But if I don't see some death coming for like a few moments, and I'm like, wow, this gets on there. Not only does it have a lot of the gore factor, but it also has a lot of the spook, weird factor, and some false jump scares at some point in time. For those of you who haven't watched this anime, I'm going to suggest this to you now. Watch this anime. It's not that long, and it is honestly one of the best horror animes that I know of, period. And if not, this anime is also one of my favorite animes. I love the art style of this anime, and its story is quite good. But that does it for this list. Now then, some of you may be wondering, hey, why didn't you put this on the list? Why didn't you put this on the list? Well, that's mainly because I haven't admittedly watched every horror anime out there. So if you want a horror anime for me to watch, please do leave it down in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. I'll be doing more Let's Plays coming up. For now, this is Ice, signing out.